Welcome to the Powerlifting and Power Ballads podcast, where we bring you a weekly dose of powerlifting news, tips, and training advice with a touch of 80s rock ballads. This podcast is presented by Team Rohr Powerlifting, your source of the most comprehensive coaching and meet day preparation. Here are your hosts, Josh Rohr and Laura Sturm.
All right, welcome to episode 48. I am one of your hosts, Josh Rohr.
And I'm Laura Sturm. Welcome to the episode today. So we do have some meets coming up on the calendar. We have the Carolina Prime Time coming on Saturday. Pretty exciting.
Yep. So we're actually heading up. We're taking equipment up to that meet. So we're leaving Friday to head up. And we had initially offered our meet day handling services for up to 6 lifters, but nobody took us up on it. So we are going to do a booth instead. So we will be at the booth. Come check us out. We are going to be donating $100 worth of Team Rohr coaching or apparel or whatever you want from us to the best male and female lifter. So figured if
Awesome.
You don't want us to handle you at the meet, we'll give you stuff. And then Quest is also donating a bottle of their nitrous to the best lifters, male and female too. So that'll be pretty cool. And we're going to do one more giveaway. I'm not going to say what it is yet because I'm still working on it, but it'll be a big one up there. So definitely come check out the booth, get the information on that. It'll be fun.
Nice. And sponsorship is also, so important for meets. And it gets people, it goes back to the lifters. So that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. So it should be fun. And then nationals actually. So we got a quick turnaround. We're going up to Carolina Prime Time on Saturday. We're driving up Friday, being at the meet all day Saturday. And then we leave first thing Sunday morning to go down to nationals. We're also taking equipment down there. So it's going to be a quick turnaround, kind of rough, but it'll work.
So you're bringing your trailer north and then south.
Yeah. And it was actually, it would cut an hour off of our trip if we would go straight from Carolina Prime Time to Daytona, because we'd actually go out the East Coast and go down 95. But Carolina Prime Time is getting a whole bunch of basically, I don't know, roughly 1,000 kilos worth of weight. And nationals are just taking the racks. So I didn't want to haul all the extra weight for no reason. So I'm actually swinging back by Atlanta to drop it off and then heading down.
Oh, that's rough. It's a long drive.
Yeah, but it is. But it only adds like an extra hour by doing that. Plus I get to sleep in my own bed one more night. So kind of
that part's always nice.
Out. Yeah.
So nationals is next week.
It is. It starts on Monday. Yeah, I know, it snuck up on us. Crazy. But we have a bunch of lifters.
So we have a few lifters.
We do. So we'll just kind of run through real quick, I guess, everybody that Team Rohr has lifting down there. Monday, we have Sonia McMillan. She's lifting in the Raw 63 M1s. Tuesday, we have we have 2 sessions of lifters on Tuesday. Session 2, we have Alicia Webb in the Raw 84 M2s, and then we have Cindy Yeager in the Raw 84 plus M2s. Session 3, we got Joe House in the Raw 93 M4s and John Lamp in Raw 120 M2s. And then Wednesday is our big day. We have 6 lifters lifting Wednesday. We got 4 in session 1. Stacy Metcalf, Amy Pancake, Laura Sterland, and Katie Dodge. They're lifting in the Masters equipped. And then we got Benji Green and Chris Elmore in session 2, lifting in the men's Masters equipped. And then session 3, we got 7 lifters. I didn't see that. I guess scroll down. Session 3, Gretchen is lifting in the bench only Raw Masters 2s. So she's lifted actually twice. She's lifted on Wednesday night and Friday night. She's lifting Raw Wednesday and again equipped on Friday. So kind of a crazy.
Twice the fun.
Twice the fun, exactly. And then she'll be lifting again on Friday, session 3, along with Brian Albert. And then Saturday is the Equipped Open. So Jenna Weinstein's lifting in the 57s in session 1 and James Bang in the 66 in session 2.
I'm so excited to see so many equipped lifters, getting people more over to the dark side.
Yeah.
Stacy Metcalf went over to equipped.
Well,
Really?
she's lifting raw, but she's lifting in the Equipped division.
Ah,
We're working on her.
okay. We're just gonna
We have
sneak in some knee wraps.
We have a whole car ride. She's riding down with us on Sunday. So we have a whole car ride to work on the inception.
Nice. Maybe bad timing to, just throw on equipment, but next time then.
Next time.
Yes. Well, that's exciting. That'll be a pretty full week for you. And I'm sorry that I won't be there. This is the missing the fun. But
You'll be there next year.
I have this like daytime gig, whatever.
Back when, so next year, it probably, I mean, who knows, but it probably won't be a week-long event. So maybe we can sneak you down to the meet, wherever that might be.
Woohoo, that'd be awesome.
Woohoo.
So the best 80s albums, the tournament.
It started, and I remembered to post it this time. So it can only start when I remember to post it. So we had some interesting results. It kind of surprised me a little bit. So just to recap how the voting works, we post the matchups on Saturday, and we posted on the Team Rohr Instagram, and we also posted on the Powerlifting and Power Ballads Instagram. So our first matchup was number 4 ranked Chris versus number 5 ranked Stacy. This was a really close one. On the Team Rohr Instagram, the votes were 20-18 for Chris. And on the PL Ballads Instagram, it was 6-4 for Chris. So Chris advances to face Cindy with a total score of 26-22. So congratulations, Chris Elmore. You did it. Our number 2 ranked Eric Cordero was against number 7 Amy. This was interesting because the Team Rohr Instagram, the vote went to Amy, 20-17. So it was close vote. On the PL Ballads Instagram, it was 8-4 for Amy. So it was a wider split there. So my theory is there's more people following the Team Rohr Instagram that are into their harder metal stuff versus the Instagram on the Powerlifting and Power Ballad side. So that's my theory. I don't know if it makes sense or not, but it's my theory and I'm sticking to it.
Okay. Sounds right.
Yeah, sounds right. Then number 3, Stephen Fortenberry versus number 6, Ben Green. This one was even more interesting because the Team Rohr Instagram, it was 24-14 for Stephen. And the PL Ballads Instagram, it was 9-4 for Ben. So it was a big difference there. I mean, not really close on either vote. But when tallied together, it ended up being pretty close. And Stephen actually advances 28-23. So
crazy.
So I think that kind of further validates my theory, because Stephen had much heavier playlist, or maybe he just recruited more people. I don't know. To vote.
Could be.
Yeah. Anyway, so
was it the same amount of votes being cast?
No, it's a little bit different. It's pretty close, but it's, I mean, it's just whoever votes. So like some people voted only on the Team Rohr. Obviously, some people only voted on the PL ballot. Some people only voted for like one of the matchups, not the other ones. So
Interesting.
So that moves us to round 2 matchups. It'll be number 1, Cindy versus number 4, Chris. And then it'll be Steven against Amy. So we will post that on Saturday. But here's the kicker. We will not be recording next week because we will be at Nationals. It just occurred to me. And we will also not be recording. Now we can maybe record the week after nationals, probably on Tuesday. But anyway, so we're going to know the results, but we're not going to release them until after our next episode, which will be Wednesday, the 23rd will be the next episode after this one.
Okay.
So
So plenty
we
of
get to
time
know,
to
but you don't.
cliffhang.
Exactly.
Very nice.
Yeah. And just a couple reminders for the people that are participating in this. The winner of the bracket will face the winner of you and I, our list.
You mean me?
We'll see. And the winner of the listener bracket gets $25 worth of Team Rohr apparel. And if they beat whoever the winner is, when they go head to head with the winner of you and I, if they beat us with the voting, then it goes up to $50. And the voting is going to be on Saturday on Instagram at PL Ballads Podcast and at Team Rohr. Vote both places.
Definitely.
And follow
for me.
And follow both, actually.
Good point. Good point.
Yeah.
I had a moment this weekend while I was driving around and a song was on and I was just like, why didn't I put this album in my list?
Yeah, I get those all the time now.
Man. So I don't know, like, would I go back and revise my list? I think I would have, but I can't say.
Yeah.
Can't say.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I would revise mine, but I have a lot of ulterior universe lists. I don't know what that means.
I'm not even sure. It's like ulterior.
It means I would have like 3 or 4 different top 5 lists.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, I was listening to some Cult this weekend, and I was just like, that Electric album. Such a great album. Boy. It was on back in the 80s, I had a 71 Monte Carlo that I drove around. I had a boom box, the seat next to me because my radio didn't actually work. And that cassette tape got played, heavy play. Great tape.
That's a good one.
Good time.
Yeah. So the one, you're on your list, the Rat Out of the Cellar, that's still the one that just stands out to me as like, I don't know, just overlooked on my end. I'm like,
great album.
What if?
Yes, what if? But you didn't.
But I didn't.
But you didn't.
Fail.
No regrets. All right, so let's move on to the powerlifting situation. Bum, bum, bum. This one's a tough question. When I read this, I was like, ooh, this is like hard. So here's the situation. A reputable coaching / nutrition company offers to sponsor you for 1 year. They offer the following services, but tell you can only choose one. First one being customized powerlifting program. Second one being a customized nutrition program. And I should label these A and B, right? And then C is 1 technique session per week, but not programming, just looking at your technique. And choice D would be meet day handling at every meet in any location. What would you do, Josh Rohr?
I don't know.
Such a cop-out.
Yeah, I think if I had to choose one, I would probably do the meet day handling at every meet, any location. I think
Really?
as an equip lifter, I think I guess I'm also assuming that I would not have anybody handling me at the meet if I didn't select this. Maybe that's the wrong assumption because I can find somebody probably to come help. But I guess for me, you know what? I'm changing my mind. I'm going to go. Shoot. I'm going to say C, technique session every week, because I'm going to assume that includes helping with gear and knee wraps and things like that. Maybe that's the wrong assumption as well. I don't know. But I think that would be valuable in training.
Yeah. I the caveat that stuck out to me was the coaching / nutrition. It's like, so you're kind of weighing, like, is coaching more, technique and the program and that side more important than nutrition? And that's a hard one right there too, right?
Yeah.
Because nutrition is your fuel and it's a bigger picture. Meat handling is important. The sessions of the technique, technique probably being the most important, but isn't more important than nutrition.
See, now you got me leaning towards B, because A, C, and D are kind of my forte already, I guess, as a powerlifting coach. The nutrition side of it is not my expertise, so that would probably be, I guess,
where you need
where
help.
where I would get the most bang for my buck, I guess, because I'd be more, I don't, man. All right, I would say B, C, or D. I would roll a dice or flip a coin, or I guess, I don't know, do a random drawing and pick one of those. I honestly don't know. I have a terrible answer to this one. I don't know.
Yeah, because it's really hard. I would agree that meat day handling, you could probably find someone to, a friend to wrap your knees and help you with meat day. Technique is so important, might go there. But then again, if they're a coaching / nutrition company, if they don't specialize in one or the other, would they be the people to really go with technique?
So I'm gonna make the assumption that they have both on staff. So it's probably not the same person. I guess maybe that's the wrong assumption too. Like, these are very arbitrary questions that don't really give you a lot of information.
Right.
So you kind of have to jump to your own conclusions to figure out the scenario.
I would go with the technique session a week without programming, because technique is king.
Yeah, I think I would too. I think I would also choose that one.
There
I
you
don't
go.
know, though.
Yeah, it's hard.
All right, no take backs. C, final answer.
It's all important. See,
Yeah,
there
it
you
is.
go. That's the right answer. We're moving on.
Yeah.
All right, the new lifter tip. Sometimes you are on, sometimes you have an off day. Take what's there on the day. It might mean deviating from your planned numbers. Agree or disagree?
I agree 100%. I think that's one of those things that ego can get in the way, and really, so that's one end of the spectrum. Ego gets in the way, and you for whatever reason, the anxiety of the meet, weight cut, whatever, you're just not as strong as what training reflected. So trying to hit those numbers based off of when you were on in training is going to set you up to fail. Like, take what's there. Like, if you have to drop your opener, drop your opener. If you have to take a lighter third attempt, take a lighter third attempt, but make it something that you can make. I mean, I can go out and miss more weight than anybody attempted. But that doesn't do any good.
That's a good point. That's not a fun thing to do, actually.
Right.
Yeah, I completely agree with this one. I mean, you train and train and train, and unfortunately it comes down to a day and a couple hours. And sometimes those couple of hours aren't the best hours. I mean, women have hormonal issues sometimes. That happens. And if you don't recognize that that might be an off day, you're resisting the reality of the situation.
Yeah.
And you have to sometimes adjust based on what's there that day.
Yeah.
And sometimes that means being honest, knowing that something might be off.
Yeah.
But also at the same time, like, it's easy to say, oh, I'm off today. And kind of, maybe you're not, maybe you're just in your head.
Yeah.
It's a hard thing.
Yep. And I've seen a few rare situations, the opposite. Um, people that are just meet day lifters that, they're training, we thought was going great, but then they get to the meet and everything they're doing looks way easier than we thought it would. So, I mean, there's been lifters that I've worked with that, we kind of deviate up, which is, it's a risky thing to do, but if you watch enough training, you kind of know what things are supposed to look like. And I mean, there's been a few lifters that I've worked with, like I said, that, we had written out best case scenario, these are going to be the numbers. But after watching like the opener, like we're like, well, they're obviously on today. So we're going to, take a little bit bigger second attempt than we planned and then see what's left. And then, they've made the second attempt look easy and we've hit, 5-10 kilos over what we thought we were going to do, best case scenario, which that's rare. But it does happen.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, that's ideal, really, right?
Yeah. But then I kind of look back at like, okay, well, you were sandbagging in training then potentially. So, is that a good thing or not? Maybe you just weren't, who knows what you could have been at if you would have pushed training a little bit harder,
Right. There's that. Crazy.
Yeah.
It's such a balancing act.
It is.
Putting in the training, hitting it hard when you can, adjusting when you can, and bringing it all to meet day.
Yeah. And everybody's different. Like some people, everybody's personality, they have different stimuli. I don't know. I actually don't know what it is. But they have different, different reactions to those things. So some people thrive, some people, let the pressure get to them.
Yeah. And not if it can be different on different days.
Yeah, it's true too.
So who's been the funnest to bring to the platform?
You froze on that one. Say that again.
Who's been the funnest lifter to bring to the platform?
Oh,
for you as a coach.
You're gonna make me say
no
that?
Pressure.
The funnest. All right. So define fun. Or is fun most accomplished, like winning titles? Is fun like most laid back person? Is you got to give me some parameters here.
Oh boy. I would say someone who was fun to work with on the platform and then maybe performed better than expected.
Gotcha.
Not necessarily accomplished.
Yeah. I'm not answering this, right?
All right. You can just edit this out or I'll make you think about it for the next episode. How's that?
I'll leave it in. I don't edit stuff, so we'll leave it in, but I'm not going to answer it.
Ever?
Because I feel like if I answer it, then I am saying that I like, because you said favorite person to bring to the platform or favorite lifter to bring to the platform. So that's basically saying like, Laura, you're my favorite. Nobody else.
I wasn't looking for that, of course.
Everybody else is second.
So how about highlight one experience on our next, where that was a fun experience out of your many fun experiences of coaching?
All right, that's fair.
A memorable one, because I know you have. It would be hard to say, who's your favorite person to bring to the platform, because everybody's apples and oranges, right? Everyone's different. That's what we're saying.
Yep. You know what? I will actually answer that right now because I have one that pops into my mind. The Franimal. So for those, so Fran actually, she actually passed away. I guess it's been about 2 years ago now. But she started lifting with us when she was mid 50s. When she started lifting, never worked out, never did anything like that. And I talked her into doing a powerlifting meet. Surprise, surprise. She didn't really want to do it. But at the time she was training just for basically weight loss and staying in shape and stuff like that. So she was really nervous about the meet. So I made her enter a 5K first. And I told her, like, if after the and she'd never done a 5K before. So I'm like, if after the 5K, you really don't want to do it, we won't do it. So she ran the 5K and I was waiting at the end of the finish line for her, and she comes across the finish line and she's like, all right, I'm ready to do it. Like, just
Nice.
that getting out of her comfort zone a little bit, just like completely changed the way she thought about it. So fast forward to the meet. She did, I don't remember her numbers. I mean, again, she wasn't super competitive or anything like that. She was just doing it for herself and having a good time. But I remember after, she has a really good sense of humor too. So there was a couple people on our team that we always kind of joked around together, but they didn't really know Fran because she trained at a different time. So they were, I think, getting their rack heights or something like that. And I told Fran, I go, hey, go over there and say, get the hell off my rack, and tell those two to get off the rack. And she's just like this sweet older lady that, you know, she was a teacher's aide, like just worked with kids, and, you know, completely not her personality. And she just kind of laughed and she went over there and did it completely straight face. She's like, get the hell off my rack. And they just kind of looked at each other, stepped off to the side. And then I walked over and started laughing. It was that stands out to me. I know that's not so much powerlifting meet per se, but just the fun that we had with, you know, some of our lifters doing stuff like that. It was a good time.
That's awesome. And I think that's a great story. I think that's some of the things that I think we need to bring more into this podcast, like the personal little stories and the interactions. And it's not necessarily totally powerlifting related, but it is. I mean, this is real life.
It is. And it was, you know, it was at a meet. So technically it was powerlifting related. So, but that was, and she went on to actually do like 5 or 6 more meets after that. She loved it.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember meeting her a few times, training together.
And she got after that, she got the nickname Franimal.
Franimal.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Nice. Well, and there's been a few pranks in Team Rohr. I think we'll have to save that for another episode, because there was a couple.
We should add that in, prank of the week.
Prank of the week. Yeah, there was a couple that were played on Latavia Bowens that were very memorable to me. And maybe there was one that was kind of scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I blocked that out.
Yes, like we were having such fun that time, and then there was like a record player screeching. That's what you're thinking of.
I think we told that story already, though.
Did we?
Yeah, I think we told it like back in like one of the first 10 episodes. I have to go back and listen.
Well, if anybody doesn't remember this episode, it was when Tay got pushed in the pool.
Yeah.
Ooh,
not a smart move.
Not a move.
Anyway.
Yeah. Ben Green, such a rabble rouser. He put Colin up to it.
Oh, that's right.
They were about to push. It was him and Colin that were about to push her in as a group, and then Ben backed off and Colin did it.
Yeah.
Which was pretty funny right there too.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Anyway.
All right.
That was good reminiscing. I like some of those old stories, but so call to action here. Don't forget, this Saturday, vote for round 2 of the listener bracket top 80s albums. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at PL Ballads Podcast. And if you have any topics, concerns, questions, things like that you want us to discuss in future episodes, shoot us an email at plballadspodcast@gmail.com. Don't forget, we are off next week. We will be back what day did I say? The 26th?
I believe so.
23rd.
23rd.
I don't know my dates. We'll be back the 23rd. So don't forget, if you are at Carolina Primetime, or if you were at Open Nationals down at Raw Open, I guess it's just called Nationals down in Daytona, stop by our booth. We will be there. Till next time, later.
Bye now.
Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed today's episode of the Powerlifting and Power Ballads podcast, please remember to subscribe and share it with your friends.